Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our next contest of the evening is the next round of the Last Man Standing tournament. And the first fighter to enter the octagon into the blue corner, let's hear it for Darren Higgins.
Okay, here I am with Darren Higgins. Darren trains out at UTC in Birmingham, and Darren is one of our tournament fighters this evening. Darren, how you doing, mate?
I'm okay, man. What about yourself?
I'm very well indeed, thanks for asking. Obviously, Darren, you fought on Fight UK before, so you're a veteran of the show, so you know what's coming. Yeah. However, tonight, we're going to be getting involved in a tournament scenario. Now, normally we do have 8-man tournaments, but I think it's down to 4, so you'll be looking at fighting 2 fights tonight. Have you done any special preparation for that?
Not really, just probably up to my cardio a little more, certain techniques to get that a bit better, but just games ready to fight, my man.
Excellent, excellent. Now, obviously, the fact that you might be having a couple of fights tonight means that, you know, game plans sort of really go out the window, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
And it's sort of sticking to your own game plan. But look, you come from a solid gym over there, UTC. You've got the likes of Vaughan Lee,
yeah.
and likes of Yannick Batty, you know, throwing you around the gym every day. So I would assume that your preparation's gone well. Yeah. But listen, Darren, all that's really left to say, mate, is, you know, best of luck for tonight, and we hope to see some of your skills in the cage later.
And his opponent entering into the red corner. Let's hear it for Aidan Lee.
Okay, here I am with Aidan Lee. Aiden trains out of Fearless MMA in Birmingham, and tonight Aidan's taking part in our Last Man Standing Featherweight tournament. Aiden, how you doing, mate?
Fine, thanks.
Excellent. Obviously, again, you know, you're a veteran of Fight UK, Aiden. We've seen you here before. We've seen you showcasing your skills in the cage. But tonight it's going to be a little bit different. Obviously, the potential for a couple of fights in the tournament. Tell me how your preparation's been going.
Same way I usually prepare. My last fight was 5 rounds anyway, and the worst I can get tonight is 6 rounds, and I get a break in between. So.
Excellent.
Yeah.
But look, you seem very, very confident. You're from a good team. You always put on a good performance here at Fight UK. Now, obviously, the fact that you're going to be fighting a couple of fights, so game plans go out the window. So what do you want to implement in the fight, which is going to show your dominance?
I take the fight wherever it goes. I'm confident in all areas, so.
Excellent. This is what I like about the younger generation coming through. You know, the old guys like me, they always come from a striking or a grappling background. But now we've got the young lads like yourself coming through, pure MMA background, obviously taking things in all areas. So listen, mate, all that's left to say really, it's well done. We're looking forward to seeing your skills in the cage tonight, and I wish you all the best.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He hails from Birmingham. He's 27 years old, stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, and weighed in at 142 pounds. He fights for UTC and has a mixed martial arts record of 7 contests, 4 wins and 3 losses. Let's hear it for Darren, the Lego Man Higgins. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He hails from Birmingham. He's 19 years old, stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, and weighed in at 145 pounds. He fights for Fearless MMA and has a mixed martial arts record of 3 contests, 2 wins and 1 loss. Let's hear it for Aidan Lee. This contest is fought over 2 3-minute rounds with a potential 1-round overtime.
So Dave's second fight of the evening in the Last Man Standing Featherweight tournament. As we once again see Darren Higgins out of UTC in the brown shorts. In the blue corner, taking on Aidan Lee out of Fearless MMA. Black shorts, red corner. And for those not seen Aidan Lee fight before, very dynamic striker and very tall and rangy for this weight, Dave.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to be more of the same for Darren Higgins. Ben had to deal with the long game from Expo in the opening bout. It's going to be interesting to see how much that took out of him. Although he was under, you know, a lot of exciting attacks, shall we say. He didn't take a huge number of blows, Ben, did he? He got hit to the body a bit. There's a bit of marking on his head, but I think it'd be good to go here, Darren Higgins. But as you mentioned, Aidan Lee, tough customer to deal with at any time.
Beautiful shot from Lee there. And And Darren Higgins, Dave, surely he's got to be thinking, what have I done to deserve this? To fight one striker with a style like this and is unlucky. To fight two in a similar style in the same night is a tough night at the office for anybody, but this is what he needs to do against a taller guy. Grind him up against the cage, land some shots, make the most of these positions. Because as we've seen with this fight and we've seen with the previous one, on the outside, it's a tough spot for him. He's going to be reaching in to try and get the shots and leaving himself in dangerous positions.
Yeah, and he did close the distance well, and he did land a beautiful right hand on the way in, Darren Higgins. That's what he's got to do. He's got to strike his way in. And managing to do something now that he wasn't able to do with Expo is shut Aidan Lee down. But Lee looks like he's creating some space for a knee bend.
Nice knee to the body. That looks like it troubled him, Dave.
Yeah, and he shot right for the neck there, Aidan Lee.
Aidan Lee looking to snap his man to the floor. We know the guys down there at Fearless MMA, got some great wrestlers down there. Tom Brees, obviously, primarily. Great wrestler in his own right. Got control of that head, and he's really using that head to dictate where this fight's going and to control his opponent's posture. Some nice knees going in. And while he's got his head controlled like this, Higgins is going to have a hard time seeing those shots, Dave, as well.
Yeah, difficult position for Darren Higgins now. Just trying to protect the face, but then the body's open. Maybe looking for the choke now, Aidan Lee.
But obviously, Dave, under these unified amateur rules, knees to the head not permitted. But Higgins has still got to figure out if those shots are going to the body or the legs. And with a striker like Lee, with the longer limbs, often the criticism is it's harder to land strikes in these close positions, but he's angling a lot of those knees in very nicely for me.
Yeah, beautiful work thus far from Aidan Lee. As you mentioned before, Higgins possibly wondering what he's done to deserve these two rangy strikers. Interesting first round. I should imagine, Ben, that Aidan Lee would get the nod in the scorecards. Just a little bit busier in the clinch. His corner team is certainly happy, giving him the thumbs up on the way in. And Darren Higgins, although he's had relatively little success tonight in terms of strikes against two fantastic opponents, one thing you can say for him, Ben, he's extremely game. He's a very, very versatile performer, so I'm sure he hasn't given up. Great competitor. And he's going to have to look to get on the inside again, Ben, and to his credit, he managed to close the distance in that first round. So he's going to want more of the same. Maybe even get the action to the deck, Ben.
Also from Darren Higgins' point of view, Dave, I mean, the way this tournament's fallen, like I say, contested in this fashion. This is the third round he's fought tonight, and he's going into his fourth. Admittedly, he's had time to kind of recuperate like this, but this is only the second round Aidan Lee's had to fight, so the much fresher fighter inevitably.
Yeah, certainly an uphill task for Darren Higgins. Nice jab from Lee on the outside. Stiff jab. Switches stance and back again.
Lee landing some nice punches, some straight shots. Aidan Lee's corner, one in a flow. Backs up to the cage there. We've seen him in previous fights throw a Superman punch pushing off the cage. We've seen him throw kicks off the cage. A very spectacular and flamboyant fighter, but I think they've almost a little bit more conservative than we've seen him before, and certainly the fact that this is a tournament setup is dictating that. He's aware of the fact that he's going to have to fight again, and he's going to have to fight again against a tricky guy. And that is what Higgins needs to do. If he's going to strike like that, he's got to be coming in and closing the angles.
Yeah, he's had success with a few hooks in this fight, Higgins. Now pushing the action up to the cage. Of course, this is going to be a two-round affair, then the only way it will go to the third is if the fighters' scorecards are even after 2 rounds. And with Aidan Lee most probably taking the first, Higgins needs this round to continue in the tournament.
Got to be mindful of those knees there, Dave. Dangerously close to the face there. Leaning into that standing guillotine as Lee's got those long arms. Mark Woodard having a very close look. Very experienced referee, Dave. Hallmark of the Fight UK promotion in general, that the officials really have competed at the highest level. And as I say, that choke coming in, it looks like, from Aidan Lee. He's got the hand underneath the neck, looking to close off. Very unusual from this position.
Yeah, it looks like it's troubling Higgins. Difficult to see from our vantage point, Ben. Referee Mark Woodard between us and the two fighters, but that looks tight. Is he considering tapping there?
Very, very tight. He's really struggling. What a heart shown from Darren Higgins, Dave. He is tough in that choke out, and that looks an incredible lot of pressure. We can see the forehead turning red. But from Lee's point of view, Dave, what he's got to be mindful of is the fact that he's got to fight again. At what point do you look at this and think to yourself, well, if I'm not going to get this, is this just going to fatigue me for my fight later on?
Yeah, it's a great point. I mean, it's often brought up for chokes like guillotines and that sort of thing, and it's difficult to tell what sort of pressure he's putting on his own arms in this. But it's a great point, Ben. He doesn't want to burn his own arms out. That being said, if he's comfortable here, Ben, it's a controlling position. He's not going to take any damage.
You can see Lee's not as tense, but as I say that, he hyperextends. 10 more seconds left. Darren Higgins in a very, very tough spot, looking to just survive, really. He backs off in a nice head kick from Lee. Blood on the nose.
Tough guy, Darren Higgins. Credit to this tournament. Probably going to drop the decision here, but certainly not lost any face with the way he's conducted himself.
Lee with a little bit of a limp there, David, if you noticed it as he was walking back. Maybe have a word with his corner regarding that, but yeah, you make a great point. Darren Higgins, very, very tough guy. Never stopped fighting throughout the entire time. Put in 4 very tough rounds. With 2 very tough guys, Dave.
Yeah, certainly. From Lee's point of view, I hope if he is to go on and get this decision as we expect, I hope he can fight on, because that is going to be a hugely interesting clash of styles between Lee and Expo.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for both warriors. Come on. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, after 2 hard-fought rounds of action, we go to our judges' scorecards. All 3 judges see it the same way, scoring the contest 20-18 in favour of your winner from the red corner, Aidan Lee. Well, let's hear it for a very worthy challenger. Let's hear it for Darren Higgins.